Today we are trying to decide whether we truly are fair weather boaters or not, because we do not have fair weather.
No, it's not bad. It's like
It's damp.
it was drizzling and raining, and now it sort of stopped briefly, and then it's due to drizzle and rain for most of the rest of the day. So the question is, do we? Well, we've decided to get moving. The question is, how far do we go?
I think just as far as we get. And the question is, do we get water here? Because someone messaged us on Facebook and said that the tap at Fradley is really slow.
Mm-hmm.
So should we get water here?
And we're at 6.
So yeah, should we get water?
Well, it's right over there.
So we should.
We probably should.
Is it working?
That's a good question.
We
don't know.
There's another one just there.
Oh, is there just back here?
Yeah, but it's like a little ways back.
If it's a straight line backup, I'd rather, because that one over there is on private property now. So whether or not they've disengaged the water point, I don't know.
And then should we stop at Sainsbury's, which is just up here? Because we don't all desperately need food, but I'm in this frame of mind wherever we get to a shop, I'm stuck up in food in case we never find food again.
So much never find food again, but you never know when the next one's going to
Yeah.
be. Like, they tend to be fairly frequent, but there's places we've been to where it's like, wow,
Yeah.
we're just eating,
And then it just depends how
dried
long.
noodles for the next week.
It depends how long you stop in the place that doesn't have a shop, I guess.
But hopefully, honky geese.
And then, yeah, probably up to Fradley, or towards Fradley.
I think we'll get up there and actually get ourselves. We're done the Coventry today.
Well, high five, we've done the Coventry.
Well, we're done. We're not done the Coventry yet.
High five, we're about to have done the
We're about to
Coventry.
do the Coventry.
Finish the Coventry.
Finish the Coventry. Yeah, whatever.
It's only taken us 4 months.
And then in 6 to 7 months, we'll do the review video of the Coventry, right? So that's somewhere around 2027.
That's not 6 months away.
Yeah.
So we've had a really slow start because we got chatting for about 2 hours, and now we've been cruising for about 20 minutes, and we've stopped at Sainsbury's. So I'm off to Sainsbury's while Michael stays on the boat with George. So we got as far as Hopwas, and we've had a switch over. I was driving, now Michael's driving, and George wanted to walk. So these are the Hopwas visitor moorings that we're going to carry on. 2 pubs opposite each other. Funny old day.
It has been a funny old day. We started.
We had the engine going at like 10 to
and
leave.
we thought we'd have like a 20-minute conversation or something with our friends, and it turned into let's turn off the engine and go have tea. No, it was really nice.
So 2.5 hours later.
Yeah. So we got going later than we expected.
And then we stopped for at Sainsbury's for longer than we expected.
Yeah. Had a nice lunch though, and then up here to Haidmore Farm Bridge, it says over there.
Well, we run out of steam. Well, I've run out of steam.
Yeah. But we found these fields of asparagus.
It's really funny when Michael was walking along and there's all these like tent things. Tent things?
Yeah,
there's
they're
probably
like
a proper name for
greenhouses or something.
Yeah, but there's a name for the tunnels.
Yeah.
polytunnel, I think.
Polytunnel.
Yeah.
And Michael shouts, because I'm walking with George, Michael shouts from the boat, I wonder what they're growing there, just as this man pops up from his boat, out of his hatch. Asparagus!
Asparagus! Okay, really? Wonderful.
If only all answers came that easily.
Yeah, no, it was just...
Something else that happened, you didn't see it, but I told you about it. But we're like miles and miles of countryside, we're in the middle of nowhere, lots of like empty towpath, and then we come across one boat with a guy.
Which is a beautiful boat.
Really nice
like,
boat.
Really gorgeously painted up, and the guy's all polishing it and everything.
A guy's sitting on the bow, working on it, and George runs up to the bow, and I'm thinking, George, that isn't your boat, don't get on the boat. And what does he do? A poo, right outside the bow, like literally like a foot from where the man's sitting.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed.
See, I saw you walking along, and then you just ducked down, and you came up, and you were kind of beat red, and I was like, oh my.
Mortified.
And there were some frogs.
Oh yeah.
That was really neat. Yeah, there was a little school, and then just past the school, we just started coming across all these frogs. And there was like mating pairs, like, you know, a male and a female on...
People know about mating pairs.
Well, yeah, fair. Not necessarily. They're amphibians. They work differently.
And Michael was so engrossed in the fog because the bow went right across the...
Yeah, nearly crashed, but hey, what are you going to do?
So why are we so tired? We've done like half a day.
I think it's just because we sort of got up and we were getting ready to get going, like we had sort of a plan, and then it kind of got derailed.
And we didn't get water because the tap at Fazeley was empty all morning, the whole time we were chatting. And then literally as we put the tiller on, and a boat that was moored opposite us just backed up and went on the water tap.
Yeah, because we were just about to push across to do it, and it's like, oh, never mind.
So we didn't get water, did we?
Yeah.
But there's one at Fradley.
Risking it.
So we'll probably, I don't know, are we going to stay here tomorrow or are we going to move?
Don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't mind getting some work done, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind moving up to Fradley and then beyond. So, don't.
Looks like we're going to be listening to trains all night.
That'll be fine.
Alright, let's go in.
I'm going to listen to the growing of asparagus.
What noise
It's the sound of...
What noise does growing asparagus make?
I'm assuming there's like a little sort of sound.
George is looking at you like you're mad.
Well, it's got a really good little twitch on his nose there.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's so super cute. I'm just going to make a move to the left. I'm going to make a move to the right. Oh, we should have gotten video of that. Alright, here's the phone.
Alright, so we're above Hopwas in
Wittington.
actually right before Haydemore
Which
Farm.
is by Fisherwick, which is by Wittington. Or Wittington.
Which is by a whole bunch of asparagus over here.
I walked to Wittington village last night. It's actually really, really nice.
And she's going to do it again now.
And there's some Let's Explore did a video about this whole area and the history of Fisherwick House and stuff. It's quite interesting.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
You should have watched it.
I should have watched it. Well, it's going to be... So I did a little bit of looking.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a trip up to Fradley Junction via one place where the Coventry meets the Birmingham and Fazeley.
So I'm confused. Are we on the Birmingham and Fazeley now?
I think we're on a thing that's the combination of the two or something. Or the old... I'm not sure. I think the route broke up at some point. So we may have come off the Coventry to come onto the Coventry again. It's like where you go up the Oxford and then you hit the Grand Union and you're kind of on the Oxford, which you're kind of on the Grand Union. But the Coventry continues from just up here to Fradley Junction.
Minimalist weather check. It's quite a misty morning.
Yeah. It's pleasant though. Not, birds are out.
How many times did George's ball go in the canal?
7 this morning.
Can't trust these two.
No dog in the canal, but 7 balls in the canal. So, past Headmore and Haydemore Bridge, through Wittington, through, I can't remember the name of it, up to Fradley Junction today, hopefully to the end of the Coventry. We were going to try and do that yesterday, but over the last couple of days.
The last day we moved, we thought we'd make it to Fradley, but we left too late. So.
Yeah.
Probably up to Fradley or towards Fradley.
I think we'll get up there and actually get ourselves, we've done the Coventry today. Yeah.
And are we going to go on to the Trent and Mersey?
Very briefly, I think, yes.
What do you mean very briefly?
Well, like we're going to go there and then we're going to land fairly quickly.
Well, then we'll be still on it. We won't have left it.
Well, yes, we'll have still left it, but I mean we won't be going along it.
I think we'll go along it.
Okay, we'll go along it for a while. Up towards Nottingham.
I'm just not, it's not.
Just see what time we get there. If we get there at
Depends on who's in charge of the boat at the time we get there. If I'm driving, we're going to Nottingham. One burst.
Alright, let's stop yammering on.
Yes, less yammering. More driving.
Why don't you wave the lead? About 3 hours later, we'd come through one lock and stopped at the waste point, and then ended up chatting, and then just before we were about to leave, a boat went past, so now they're using the light. Michael's down there setting it, so I'm about to push off. Ridiculous.
Well, we do look like we have different takes
Yeah,
on temperature.
I'm dressed for snow and you're dressed for summer.
So we've made it to Alrewas.
We're on a different canal.
Yeah, we're on the Trent and Mersey.
George had an adventure. He went running off.
Several adventures.
Yeah, running off into a field and couldn't get back through.
Yeah.
What else happened?
Well, let's see. There was.
Oh, then there was running into King's Orchard Marina and.
We didn't actually run into King's Orchard Marina.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he ran into King's Orchard
Yeah.
Marina. Yes.
And decided it was a good idea to go and say hello to 2 nesting swans. Soon realised that was a bad idea.
Yeah, kind of angry nesting swans.
The thing is, it was fenced off and he shouldn't have been able to get through, because he couldn't get back out again once he'd got through.
And then we found that place where somebody had dumped a whole bunch of blacking on the towpath, and we were able to pick up the can, but we couldn't do anything to get the blacking off.
And Wobbly Boater chased us to get
his tennis balls back.
Bosun's tennis
For
balls
Bosun
back.
the dog. And then we got stuck on a long section where you're sitting right beside a rather busy road that used to be a Roman road. They seem to have built it pretty well because it's still in use.
Wasn't that pleasant?
And then Water Point, Waste Point.
We stopped at Fradley Junction water point for ages. Even though we were warned it was a slow water point, we still ended up using it.
Yeah, it was crazy slow water point.
But it was a nice area.
Yeah. Saw the Swan, famous old inn, didn't go in, so we continued down. Met a really nice lockkeeper volunteering at...
Before that we met a couple of viewers that came and said hello.
Oh yeah, that was really nice. Thank you for coming by and saying hi.
So yeah, then we stopped at the Elsan and Waste Point, and then Michael went ahead to set the lock with the lockkeeper and then called me down, and I had a little bit of a, I don't know, like a, not a panic, but...
You seemed to do fine. You told me afterwards you had
because
a little bit of a reverse gear thing.
I undid the front rope, and then I realised that the lock was pulling the... Because we were about 100 yards from the lock at this point.
Yeah.
The lock was pulling the boat forward. So I thought, I'll just go jump on and start the engine before I do the centre line. So I did that, and I thought I'd left it in neutral, but I think I'd left it in gear, because then the boat started going back really fast, and then I'm off the boat, and it's like very disconcerting being on the shore watching your boat like accelerate backwards. And when you want it to go that fast, when you're setting off, it doesn't go that fast. No. So I jumped on, put it in neutral, definitely this time, and then and then I was really worried because it was a little bit windy and there was boats moored on both sides all the way down to the lock, but it was absolutely fine. And then the lockkeeper was watching me, but I managed to get that one without a bump. So.
Yeah. And luckily, pretty much at that point, all the gongoozlers went away.
Yeah.
So from that point, and the rain began.
Yeah. So then three more locks after that one. Michael walked some of the way, I drove, and the lockkeeper told us about a curry house. So
it opens in an hour and a half just over here.
Michael set his heart on curry, even though...
I always set my hair on curry. My curry's been set on... My heart's been set on curry since the first time I got to India.
It won't be that good.
My heart would always be set on curry.
And so we're going to have a couple of days here.
And papadum. A couple of days here?
Well, we're just going to
At least one day here.
Yeah. Well, a couple of nights here.
Okay, a couple of nights if you want to. I thought it was one night, but 2 nights is fine. We can have a little walk around the town.
Yeah, have a little explore, and then the next section is the river section, so...
Yeah. Which is supposed to be somewhat unpleasant because it's like, there's the river section, which is supposed to be quite nice, and then right afterwards it joins the freeway for like miles, and it just goes straight along with the freeway.
The motorway.
Sorry, motorway, yeah.
And the guy who we crossed in the last lock said that the river section was really fast, so he was going against it, but we'll be going with it. So,
yeah. So at least the cruise alongside the old Roman road, which is now like a major motorway, which you can hear quite loudly from here. Like it'll be noisy.
Oh yeah, so we've been on the boat for 11 months now. Did you know that?
Yeah, so that's cool.
We our first YouTube video was the 11th of May 2017.
Nice.
So I'd quite like to be on 4,000 subscribers by our 1 year anniversary.
There you go. Push it, people.
So we need about 200 more subscribers. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, we'd really love it.
Yeah, because then we can get to 4,000 subscribers. And yet another arbitrary number passed.
You're cutting your head off.
Whoops. Sorry.
You hate that?
I do hate that.
Right, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Ready? Good.
What do you mean ready?
I don't know. Hurry on. Shrink. No, I'm too. Alright, I'll just live with my head being cut off.
Can you live with it?
Not really.
It took me ages to get that in that position.
Alright, she'll stand in front of me, that's why.
I'm so shiny.
Yeah, you're very shiny. Alright, hold on.
Let me stand on that side.
Okay, let's you stand on that side. Oh, good, I've shrunk a little bit. Alright.
Oh.
Hell. Right. Is that okay, or is it too bright?
That's fine.
Alright. You measure and set in your influence.
Do you want to...
Hey.
I need to talk to you. Are you going to walk the liquids down?
It's not as close as it sounds.
Or where's the next one?
Next one's like Fradley Junction.
Oh, if there's one at Fradley, then let's just go
I think we're fine to...
Okay.
Liquids staying in the tank.
Right.
Which is good, because if liquids get out of the tank, we've got real problems.
You're very short.
I should be on the uphill.
Yeah. Sorry. Jojo's gotten extremely short.
So I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
Hoswell?
Hoglow? Hoswell?
A place beginning with H.
I have not had it all. I'll be back. Or possibly Mozart.
You smell.
Also, I found his poo with my foot.
Oh, yeah, you're on the boat.
I'm not in the boat though. Very important.
You smell of Tabasco.
And beans. Lovely Tabasco and beans. America and England combined together in one splendiferous bit of food. Because the British just don't seem to like to spice things very much. No, I'm just saying. It's a thing. You know.
Stop saying stuff that I have to edit out. It's very annoying. Stop saying stuff I have to edit out.
Her grandma was like tracing her backwards, and she's like, "Nanny, I want out of my pushchair." And she went over
in
and
America.
well, I can't do the accent, but anyway,